While most of the world is still reeling under the thumb of Wuhan virus, India is growing steadfastly. As the pandemic forced corporates to rethink their investments and dependency on China, they are now looking for viable alternatives for their manufacturing needs. And thus, the China Plus One policy has gained momentum. Amid this turmoil, India has emerged as a favorite destination for these companies. Prime Minister Modi has outlined a $1.2 trillion plan to snatch away the factories from China. His vision and policies are already bearing fruits as annual FDI has doubled over the past year. India is emerging as a global manufacturing hub. That means India is exporting its products to other countries. At the same time, India is still importing in large quantities. This is the reason why Modi has initiated a project called Sagar Mala. This project is part of Gati Shakti, which reduces the logistical cost by interconnecting all modes of transport. India has a coastline of 7,500 kilometers, and approximately 95% of India's trade happens through maritime routes. The aim of the initiative is to transport goods from ports quickly, efficiently, and cost effectively. All of this happen through ports. While India is having tens of them, it does not have transshipment ports. What are they? Why are they important? Is India at a disadvantage for not having a transshipment port? What is a transshipment port? It's a large port where cargo from large ships is transferred to smaller ships. Not all ports have the capacity to dock large ships. Normally, the process of import and export does not happen between the countries directly. Suppose India wants to export in large quantities. It first loads cargo in small ships. These reach a transshipment port. There this cargo is loaded onto a large ship. It then reaches the destination. It's the same with the imports. India does not have a transshipment port and has to rely on other countries. That means India has to pay them an extra sum, which is taking a toll on the forex reserves. It is the reason the government focused on developing Virinjam port in Kerala. But we have seen the attempts to sabotage the project by the local churches. Along with Virinjam, India is also building another transshipment port in the Bay of Bengal. By building Virinjam port on the west and Andaman Nicobar port on the east, India is planning to save its foreign reserves. The 41,000 crore transshipment port in Nicobar Island can be a game changer for the country. The port is developed in 4 phases. The first phase is expected to be completed by 2023. It will have the capacity to handle 4 million containers per year. The remaining 3 phases are expected to be completed by 2028, and once the entire port is operational, it will have the capacity to handle 16 million containers per year. Along with developing a transshipment port in the country, the government is also building an airport, a township, and a power plant on the island. Now, this port is coming up at an important location where the international trade route passes. Currently, 75% of India's transshipment cargo is handled by Colombo, Sri Lanka, Dubai, and Klang ports. Of these, Colombo port alone handles 45% of cargo. Imagine how much India has to spend due to the lack of transshipment port. According to a report by the Ministry of Shipping, Indian ports are losing 1,500 crores of potential revenue each year due to the lack of transshipment ports. But now, with the port in Nicobar, India is expected to save around $200 to $220 million each year on transshipment cargo. The development of the transshipment ports will also provide employment opportunities for the youth in the region, as there will be mass movement of cargo. Once the port becomes operational, it has the potential to emerge as an alternative option at Malacca Strait, which links the Indian Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. The importance of the Malacca Strait needs no explanation. It is one of the important international trade routes. Around 35% of global sea trade happens through the Malacca Strait. Apart from being a trade route, the Malacca Strait also holds significant geostrategic importance. India has a significant presence of its navy in the region. While it is the route China uses for trade in Indian Ocean, its incursions have lately risen. If India wants to, it can impose a naval blockade. After the Galwan clashes in 2020, India is arming its forces at an unprecedented pace. While the integration of tri-forces is still a work in progress, there is theatre command in Andaman and Nicobar region. The government is also building airstrips for the aircraft jets. In one instance, India is developing the region while also deploying strong forces to protect its resources. With the development of a transshipment port in the Bay of Bengal, India will give significant competition to the existing ports in the region, and at the same time, it will also have a stronger reasons to guard the region because of its assets.
Please subscribe to Nationalist Hub English channel for more interesting videos, and don't forget to like and share this video. Nationalist Hub, it's a news revolution.